Food is connecting people. And today we are going to talk about how Ukrainian women and international men connect, meeting in the restaurants, cooking together, and involving food all over to become closer. This is Irina. She's a male client
Hello,
manager.
everyone. Hi, hello.
Irina talks to you when you are just new man and want to learn more about possible. And I'm Natali Koval, the international matchmaker with almost 30 years of matchmaking experience. So, Irina, let's go. The first thing that I want to touch upon is, what is romantic and what's the most romantic meal you've shared or we've shared with me, and I want to talk about this because we just had a speaking club related to food, and some of men and women shared that actually the most romantic dinner was not about the restaurant. It
Exactly.
was not in a like specific way. It was actually outside. It was a picnic. It was something they both prepared, but it was the ambience. It was the people that were there. It was the situation that was created. So let's talk a little bit more about that. And of course, I'm going to share about some romantic scenarios. So our visitors can learn more from this video. So what about you? What do you think? Is it about the place or it's about the people or both?
Well, most probably it's about both. I'm not really a big fan of, super fancy restaurants where you don't know where to be, how to stand, and what to do. But but on the other hand, when you are with the right person, when the right person supports you full time, helps you like on the way, it's always nice to be surrounded by beautiful people where there is like some nice music, good wine, and stuff like that. But like talking about myself, when I start remembering about romantic foods, it has never been inside of a building. It's never been in the restaurant. I remember when talking about myself, I remember a couple of years ago, I was in Malta. This is a beautiful Mediterranean little island just south of Sicily. And a very handsome and nice man invited me on a picnic. But it wasn't just a picnic. It was like an overnight picnic, in a tent. We went camping. So we were sitting under the stars next to this little camp, overlooking Sicily on the other side of the sea. He had rosé wine and he had homemade snails. I love snails, so it wasn't like, it wasn't a stress, but still I couldn't imagine that a man actually can prepare like homemade snails. So there we were in the middle of the Mediterranean, eating homemade snails, drinking rosé under the hundreds and millions of stars, overlooking Sicily. This was so romantic. And it's not even about liking a man, it's just about, the whole ambience of it.
And I can add that the visitors of the speaking club, and by the way, the speaking club is an event for men and women who are clients and possible clients of Marriage by Natali to come and join us in conversations about life, relationship, experiences, and learning more about international cultures and learning more about Ukraine and learning more about each other. So they have more subjects to discuss. They have more interesting ideas when they have relationships and when they see each other. So welcome to our speaking club because
and sometimes ladies open up so much during the speaking club.
Yes.
Like when we talk to the ladies, they, don't share anything special, but during the speaking club, they really open up and they talk and they share and they show themselves really well. So it's worth visiting.
And men say that very often they would swipe a profile of a beautiful person without knowing the inside. And they say, wow, this person really opened up so much. And same said the women. Because, well, we are also visual, but when we really open up and show content, that speaks more. So First off, yes, and our speaking of members said that it's actually action that involves, and it makes it romantic because we do something special. We cook, or we show an effort. We show and that shows the attitude, right? And even now, look,
Yes.
I am in a restaurant. It's not the background. Irina is
I
in a
am in a restaurant as well. Yes. And we are in different cities, Natalie. How incredible is that?
Yes, I'm in Kyiv. Irina is in Western Ukraine, outside
Yes.
Lviv. So we also make an effort to be here and to make this video for you. And we will talk about this also in this video, about the service, about sharing the meal, about paying 50-50, about putting and you ordering special recipes or special dishes that show you're liking somebody. So, well, but let's continue, right? So first off was the most romantic meal you've shared, and other members shared that it was a good place and a good person. And when you are with a lady, find such a place. Take her to somewhere unique, and it doesn't have to be Michelin restaurant. It has to be a place that is dear to you, or place that is in the land. For example, like one of my couples took me and my husband out. We were in the South Africa, and they took us to their favorite mountain, and it was also dinner under the stars, and we were grilling meat. But they have a wonderful house, and housekeepers would do great meal, but we were to ourselves, and that was so romantic. But it was an effort. We prepared for that. So answer number one: if you want a really romantic dinner or lunch or something, make an effort. Prepare a place. Choose the place smartly because it speaks of you. It speaks of your attitude. And we're not talking about the first date. We are talking about something really romantic and special. Sometimes it is the first date because our clients, men and women, communicate before they actually meet in person. So knowing tastes, knowing preferences, seafood or meat or anything to your liking shows that you are actually making an effort. So learn more about the person. Yes, it.
And first date is not always a stress. Because when couple talks online, they get to know each other so well, the preferences, likes and dislikes and stuff like that. So when they have a first meeting, it's actually like, a little holiday. It's not a stress. It's more like a little short, like baby holiday. Yes.
And I will tell you more. We use food to the advantage of our clients, and we have a practice of making a dating mixer. For example, have a great guy who's got like here in Kyiv, and this happens. Men do come to Kyiv even in these difficult times for Ukraine.
Yes.
So what we did before is we made a cooking masterclass because, well, when people are eating, they relax. Eating defeats fear. When we decipher emotions, fear is when we are like, and when we eat, when we laugh, when we make love, we are defeating fear. We are beating the fear.
And we have this expression in Ukrainian language that a full man is a happy man.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So why we did that? So we have a man, and let's say 4, 5, 6 women maximum, and we do a cooking class. We go to one of the restaurants that offers such events, and sometimes we order saxophone music and a photographer, depends on the time and everything else. Yeah, and it's a win-win because A, people are learning how to cook together. B, they see all each other in very easy atmosphere. C, it is easy because you don't have to talk intensely. Oh, what do you like? What you don't like? You just see the people interacting and communicating, and
Absolutely.
it creates a favorable atmosphere for people to learn more about each other. And when they, of course, I bring the questions to the conversation. Of course, I bring in my matchmaker's input, but this kind of introducing people to each other is quite practical and good when we use it to help men meet more women.
Can imagine, of course. Of course, everyone is relaxed, full, and happy. Of course, it's
But
great.
here, what I would really like to emphasize is the quality of the service in Ukraine, right? For example, today I'm in a restaurant and I came here 15 minutes earlier before opening, but they say, welcome. Yes, the doors are open. Here, take any table you like. And what do you think? What would you like to comment on Ukrainian service?
Well, I love service in general. I used to work in hospitality for so many years, and I know the service from the inside, sort of. And the service in Ukraine nowadays is so high. The level is so high. It's like we take, some details from the Western culture, from the European culture, we take it, we bring it here, and we emphasize it so much that it comes blooming and it comes great. Ukrainian service is great. Look, I got a desert. Let me show you. I got a desert because I told the waiters I'm on a diet. I'm always on a diet. Like all my 42 years, I'm always on a diet. Give me something nice, pleasant to eat. That's what she got me. It's not fancy, but it's good. And people are so attentive. And generally, I love service in Ukraine. I love service.
Let's be exact, because, for example, now you're saying service is great, and you were in the hospitality. So as a professional, you can compare and you can say, this is different. This is so why, what they do, how Ukrainian service is better than, for example, the one that you see. I've seen you've traveled to Ibiza. So now you've just been to, so what was not right in Ibiza?
I am not going to tell that European service or any other services are bad. No, but for example, like I was sitting in Ibiza just 3 days ago in this really nice seaside restaurant on the seashore, and we were eating oysters. And I got the oysters, just like in a round plate. The oysters were settled there with some lemon, and this is it. And the table was sort of like slightly correct. The outside of the restaurant was like, not new. It was like quite old dish, but everyone was so happy about it. And I was like, sitting there and thinking, every time I eat oysters in Ukraine, they bring these beautiful, almost tailored plates. The ice is all like, the same shaped, and there's little sauces, special fork and the special spoon, sort of like to take out the oyster from its shell. Like all those little details, they are present in Ukraine, and we have them. Like 3 kinds of sugar, like white sugar, brown sugar, and some other fancy sugar. When you just order a cappuccino in an ordinary restaurant. And we are so used to it. We are so used to being treated really well. We are so used to when you just come to an ordinary restaurant in I don't know, not in the capital, in a little town, you are treated as a star. You are treated as a movie star. And, we are used to it. And that's what we expect when we travel, like everywhere.
I know that sometimes women are saying that when they're in a restaurant, it's very difficult to even get some napkins on the table.
I can imagine. Yes, I can imagine that. I can imagine that. And in Ukraine, actually, I'm a very big fan of Ukraine. I love Ukraine. In Ukraine, we have such nice vineyards. Let's maybe 10, 15 years. We have great Ukrainian wine. We have great Ukrainian vineyards. We have great Ukrainian cheeses that are made on Italian or Spanish or Swiss recipes, and they make them to perfection. So yes, in Ukraine, we are spoiled with an excellent service. That's the
Yes.
truth. That's the
So
truth.
when you appear with your girlfriend in a Ukrainian restaurant, it will be a five-star service for sure. Yeah. So
Yes.
going on about what food you order, what food Ukrainian women like, and maybe you, Irina, can say something more about it. Because, for example, women were saying that on a dream date, what would you cook? What would you cook? What would you cook on a dream date? Let's see if you are on the same page with the women that were at the speaking club.
Oh, let me tell you, Natalie, I'm a very bad example. I'm a very bad example because on my dream dinner, if I had to cook, I would cook some, I don't know, pasta bolognese or some pasta with seafood and serve it with rosé or white wine. Because I love Ukrainian food, but I don't really cook it. But I'm not the only example of Ukrainian ladies like in Ukraine. So yes, one thing that I would cook if I were, let's say, in Italy or somewhere in the Mediterranean, I love sea Ulrich, what's they called? Like those spiky balls where you open them up. They have this like really nice orange insides. You mix it with parsley and plenty of garlic, and it's also it is served with pasta. It's extremely delicious. It's not very expensive at all, but you can buy it only from like local, fish markets when you're somewhere at the sea. You cannot buy it actually in the supermarkets. That's what I would cook. But if I had to invite a man to Ukraine, what
But
would I?
no, Irina, this isn't what I'm asking. I'm asking more about what food you find romantic, because cooking is in the next video. We are going to dedicate the entire video of what we cook. So don't give away your secrets of what you would cook.
My secret recipes.
The secret recipe is going to be the next video. The what I want to talk about is like what you consider good food for a romantic date. What type of food do you think is kind of better for a romantic date?
I like Italian food. Very
Okay.
simple. I like Italian food. I'm not very fancy about that. I like Italian food.
Love.
But I love eating it, but I wouldn't eat borscht on my first date, obviously. Or I
It's
don't know,
not
now,
about the first date. It's about romantic date. It's charming dream dinner date. It's something that is like you already know him. He already knows you. You like each other. You don't have to be nervous. You create the date of your dream. What would it be? That's what
yes,
I'm
it would be
talking about.
it would be some good Italian pasta with wine. Yes,
Ah,
good Italian
okay.
pasta with wine. I was talking about this with my son recently because he said, well, he said, when I will grow up, I will not think of borscht or soup with like meatballs or something else. I will think of pasta with bolognese as my childhood. So that's what he told me. He told me, can you please give me some borscht for a change? I said, well, let's think about it. So, but this is my way of seeing this. I would cook something simple Italian where we can, slice tomatoes together and, like buy some good mozzarella and just slice it together, mixing it with cooking together, drinking wine together, and just setting the table together. So it's not about me cooking and him watching. It's about us doing things together. Like he's pouring the wine, I'm cutting the mozzarella. This this sort of thing.
Exactly. And this is what men and women were talking about, is that doing something together is already romantic. It's already opening up and it's very sexy. It's considered very connecting in the sense that it's doing things together connects people
Yes.
anyway, whatever
Done.
you do.
Yes. Of course.
Loading charity boxes when you're supporting Ukraine or cooking a meal with a Ukrainian lady,
Yes. Yes.
because many
Yes.
men do. But the thing is that Ukrainian women say that food is giving a message to a man. And they also say, so what it means to them is like when you make an effort to cook something, then it means that you care.
You
uh,
can. Yes.
you show that you spend the time to give your attention and to make something happen. And when you are, thinking what he likes, remembering what she likes, then when you're putting it on the table, you agree what it will be. But for example, women said that it has to be something that you can actually feed each other. So that is romantic.
How smart. How smart. Yes.
And
Yes.
it can be anything. It can be strawberries with champagne. It can be even pizza if you both like it, but you can feed each other.
Yes.
An absolute winner was French food if it is available. If you can buy it somewhere and put it on the table, or if you can get it somewhere, because dream dinner date isn't always outside, it's sometimes you make it.
Of course, sometimes it's inside in my kitchen or in my dining room. Yes, that's right. That's right.
And you know what they said? It's like they like appetizers, or preferably appetizers. Women don't like to eat a lot on a dream
Well,
dinner
I
date.
wouldn't talk for all the women. I prefer to have a good meal. So then afterwards, I
Well,
don't get hungry.
let me put it like this. Ukrainian women are very romantic. And when they are on a dream dinner date, they think of doing something else with this man
Instead of eating.
besides eating.
Besides, and you know one thing, when you cook at your boyfriend's place together, then you spend time together there in the kitchen or in the dining room, cook together, have like this, like, all house smells of some herbs and meat and stuff like that. Then you leave after some time to your place, and all this, smell of homeness, it stays there. And when he comes back, he just smells it, and it reminds him of those beautiful memories and those like nice touches and nice memories that he had with you there in his kitchen. So it's like another big plus of eating inside. Exactly.
Yes. And Ukrainian women say that happiness is homemade.
Well, you see, Ukrainian women are the best. It just goes without saying. It's just so obvious.
Absolutely. That's why we represent Ukrainian women. That's why we give a chance to international men to approach Ukrainian women safely with us. Not all men can handle this, and you know this very well.
And not all women want to marry a Western man. So
Yes.
we collect those who actually want this
Open themselves for
happen.
that.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yes.
Of course, of course.
So, speaking of what types of food women would want to eat on a romantic dinner date, a seafood was mentioned. Finger food was mentioned because it's easy, it's fast. You don't have to spend a lot of time cooking it, and it's light. Brownie was mentioned. One lady said that she would cook a brownie cake, and would bring like that man who surprised you on a dinner date with snails. She would do some seafood. So doing that, and this slowly brings us to a very important subject of sharing. Because when men are coming looking for a wife, they want somebody to give an equal share into a relationship.
Yes.
And women think this man wants her to pay 50% at the dinner.
So 50-50 50-50 story in the way we see it is completely different. We are pro 50-50, but not in a traditional way.
Yes.
That's what we were talking with you, Natalie, the other day. If man gives her his full support, she gives him love, care, and nice energy at home. If man gives her the masculinity and removes and takes away some of her trouble, some of her problems, she gives him a home that smells with homemade, cookies, homemade nice soups and stuff like that. So we call it a 50-50, but not in a traditional way. This is our way of a 50-50 relationship. Because of course, it's not only about money. It's more about it's more about giving your parts in a relationship, what you can do and what you can do best. Of course, I don't expect my man to, I don't know, cook brownies. What nonsense. But but of course, but I expect him to be strong and, you know, to make me feel feminine and nice next to him. But he doesn't expect me to go and work 45 hours a week and come home and, you know, just make everything happen, stay bossing everyone around. Of course not. It's a 50-50, but in a different way.
It's an absolute cheers. And now let's do cheers
Cheers.
with
Cheers.
your coffee
Cheers,
and my coffee in the restaurant.
You see, we have even similar cups.
Yes.
How incredible is that?
Oh my God.
Ukrainian service is so good.
And these restaurants don't know each other, and they have different
We're in different
branches.
cities.
So speaking of sharing, when a woman feels connection to the man, and of course, like some men are even surprised. The men that we work with are really surprised that there are men who are saying that, oh, I want her to share the meal. It's Dutch. Going Dutch is absolutely fine when you're meeting, for example, a Dutch woman. But when you're meeting a Ukrainian woman, you cover the restaurant bill and you don't even think about it, right?
Don't even think exactly without thinking.
But the woman, when there is an ongoing communication, when you really like each other, woman wants to give something back. So she can either bring you something, a really thoughtful gift, or she can bring something really cool to reciprocate your taking her to a restaurant. She can cook. She can prepare the picnic. And she can surprise you with say, oh, today's like I'm making it and making it special.
Making this is so true. This is so true. It was like a couple of, let me tell a little story. It was maybe 2 years ago, because the war has already started. But then, yes, it was 2 years ago. We were in Spain with a group of friends, and there were like international people in our group. And we decided to make a picnic by the sea. And everyone was like, but how are we going to do this? This is like, we have to buy this and that. Then we have to, how are we going to do this? Let's order. And they said, no. We are not going to order anything. Just give me the money and tell me what you like. We had such a beautiful picnic on the beach with like different sort of meat, you know, grilling on these like grill things, with different sausages, with potato salad and egg salad, and like I made this like really nice bread, you know, like bread toasts where we put salad on top of them, and different wine. And I even bought the coolers, so the wine was always like fresh and cool. And everyone was like, how did this happen? How all this appeared here? I said, well, because Ukrainian women, we know our ways. And if you treat us well, we give you so much more in return. True, isn't it?
Exactly. Yes. So you will, when you are in a relationship with a Ukrainian woman, it's better to see what you can do to make things happen, what you are doing from your part to create beautiful atmosphere, to use the food to your advantage. Listen carefully what she likes to eat, and also tell her what you like to eat. So when you're learning about each other, if you can attend a cooking class together, go and do that. Yes. Because then you will learn a lot, especially at the first stages of your relationships. When you really cook a romantic dinner, and you already know what she likes, use the idea of small portions and finger food so you can feed each other, and this aphrodisiac wine that can really warm up the heat around you, the room around you.
Yes. And then when two people become a couple, like an actual couple, you know, they have this little like food rituals which they share, and they know them so well, and it comes like a part of their family life, which is nice as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. So when you are dating, create this love story and put these little things together that you like, that she likes, and remember them, um, and make things happen and reciprocate. Do not wait for her to pay 50% in the restaurant, but do not say no to her creating a picnic or bringing some food to the date if you have the circumstances for that. And while you are still communicating and haven't met each other yet, and you are talking online, you can do the same that we did with Irina. Irina is in a restaurant. I'm in a restaurant.
And
And you can
online, oh my, this is so smart, Natalie. This is so smart. I know what you're going to say. Yes.
So this is an example for you, and you can open the whole conversation about what you're gonna order. So where's the menu? What you like, and even creating a way how you can pay for the meal when she's in a restaurant in Ukraine or anywhere else in the world where she relocated or where she is, and you are in your home country. There are ways to do that. It's easy. You just need to find ways. You can ask us, of course, too.
Yes.
Um, when you are creating a relationship, you don't have to know too much. You need to be yourself and feel for yourself and do your part as best as you can. And here in the Matchmaking Boutique Possible, we share this with you in our videos and create different subjects for inviting you to our speaking club and join and learn, or make videos like we do now. So you can be stronger and better in your pursuit of the best relationship you've ever had. Subscribe to marriagebynatalie.com and talk to Irina. And let's find this wonderful Ukrainian woman for you.
Yes. Our handsome, wonderful man, you are welcome to become our client. Natalie is so experienced. I mean, everyone loves Natalie. She just knows what she's doing, and she will know who is the best for you straight away. The moment she starts talking to you, she knows exactly who to match you with. Don't hesitate. Make a little effort, and Natalie will do the best for your future. That's I say it honestly. That's how I feel. True.
Because we know a lot of reliable Ukrainian women who want relationship, and we make it happen. See you in our next video, and we are going to talk more about what Ukrainian women like to cook. So, see you on the next video.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Bye bye.